Okay, with these letters created and positioned into place and textured, what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the sky. So if we go into the sky and just double click this little dot on the top, that turns it off in our picture viewer, in the viewport, but when we render, that sky still shows up in here. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and create some new materials and duplicate some of these letters. So let's go ahead and select this N, Command C, Command V to duplicate it. Maybe this P, Command C, Command V. Maybe this R gets some. Maybe the T. And maybe this O. Alright, so now we're going to take this gray, Command C, Command V. We're going to double click this gray and call this Displacer 1. And we're going to leave all these settings the same, but we're going to go into Displacement, and now where it says Texture, let's go ahead and go to Surfaces and add an Earth texture. And right now we're not going to see anything in the viewport because the first thing we have to do is replace all these gray materials with this new displacement material. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and drag and drop all of these onto here, just on top of this gray. And now with all those changed, we can go into the interactive render region, and that'll show us what this is doing. So if we click this, so right now we're not really seeing too much, so we might have to increase the height of our extrusion. There we go. Now or the height of our displacement rather. So now, just move this over, we could see that it's starting to affect our letters a little bit. So let's go ahead and play with some of these values. There we go. Excellent. So then we could play with this type as well. So if we change this, now you see we get this craziness that's happening. Change this back this way. You might have to go back and change the height of some of these. So now this is looking pretty cool. Let's start increasing this a little bit until we're happy with it. It's looking pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and create some more displacement on some of these other letters. So what about this S, Command C, Command V, maybe this I, maybe this last N. And now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this displacement again, Command C, Command V. We'll go into here, we'll call this Displacement 2. Now in this displacement, we'll go to the Texture, Surfaces, and let's just start playing around with some of this stuff and see what it looks like. So right now we're not going to see anything, so we're going to take this Displacer 2 and replace these gray materials with this new displacer. Alright, so maybe we could turn off this first one just to see exactly what this is looking like. And that's looking pretty cool so far. So again, we can come in here and maybe we can increase this height, see what happens. Maybe we could change this right here. This is kind of looking cool. It's looking like it's sort of sticking through these letters a little bit. Alright, what about if we change this to object? What does that look like? Okay, increase that height. That's kind of cool. Okay, so then you can go through, we could turn these other ones back on, see what it's looking like. If you need to adjust any of these, you can always go back into some of these materials, change some of these heights to make it look a little bit more legible, and then continue doing this. So you can continue duplicating these letters, duplicating these displacement textures, and add as much as you want to these materials until you're happy with the final look of this. Once you get everything together, let's go ahead and group all of these together. We'll call these Displacement Letters. And now we're going to take both these displacement letters and these original letters, and let's group these together. We'll call these letters, and then go ahead and save your scene.